The new film Nuremberg reveals that bringing Nazi leaders to justice was not a single event, but a complex legal framework that took shape over many months in 1945. Danny Denton, author of the report, The Greatest Cover-Up in American History, recently identified a critical connection between this unfolding legal process and a crucial jurisdictional decision examined in his report. Denton's report meticulously details the systematic efforts to obscure from the American public the role played by science in the Holocaust. This newly revealed connection may offer the most definitive proof yet of exactly how that concealment was orchestrated. On July 28, 1945, Leon Jaworski, the lead prosecutor at the Hadamar Trial, was informed that he had no jurisdiction to try Germans for crimes committed against other Germans at the Hadamar facility. Hadamar was a primary site for the Nazi forced euthanasia program, a program that murdered 200,000 German citizens. At Hadamar alone, 15,000 mentally and physically disabled people were killed by doctors and scientists, supposedly in the name of science. This systematic campaign was the first chapter of the Holocaust. Nearly 3 decades later, that same Leon Jaworski would become one of the most famous prosecutors in American history. The Watergate special prosecutor who brought down a president of the United States. He was a man with a demonstrated willingness to pursue the most powerful people in America, regardless of the consequences. Yet this same man was told he had no jurisdiction over the murders of 15,000 disabled Germans. 11 days later, the London Charter was signed, officially establishing crimes against humanity as Allied policy. Moreover, Chief Nuremberg prosecutor Telford Taylor documents in his memoir, The Anatomy of the Nuremberg Trials, that even before the Hadamar trial began in October, a committee was already preparing crimes against humanity indictments for the main Nuremberg military tribunal, which was scheduled to begin that November. These indictments covered offenses just like the ones committed at Hadamar, crimes committed by Nazi leaders against German citizens. Nobody told Jaworski. The Hadamar trial proceeded anyway, but on a drastically narrowed scope. Instead of prosecuting the murders of 15,000 disabled Germans, Jaworski was forced to focus exclusively on the deaths of approximately 476 Polish and Soviet workers at the facility. As historian Patricia Haber-Rice observed, only the most careful American reader in the autumn of 1945 could have guessed that Hadamar had a bloody history long before those foreign workers arrived. The scientific origins of what had really happened at Hadamar were effectively invisible to the American public. The murders of 15,000 disabled Germans were never prosecuted as crimes against humanity by Allied authorities. The scientific and Darwinian origins of those murders were never entered into the official record of Allied justice. And science itself, the ideology that inspired every one of those murders, walked away unscathed. The Nuremberg trial held the powerful accountable. But who decided that science would go free? That question will be examined in detail in an upcoming video.